Concrete is the main pillar of any construction projects. The modern day construction, we cannot even think without the concrete. And it is nearly impossible to do the construction projects without the concrete. And every activity which is involved inside the concrete, it is equally important, such as selection of material, design mix, concrete mixing, concrete pouring, concrete compaction. Each and every activity is equally important. And today's video, I will discuss about compaction of concrete. What is compaction of concrete? Why it is important? And what is the IS code reference, and what is the recommendation made by the IS code by using the needle vibrator. There are different types of vibrator. We are using the surface vibrator, table vibrator, but today we are going to discuss about only needle vibrator. So stay tuned until the end to get the full information about the compaction of concrete. And if you are new in my channel, kindly subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that whenever I upload a new video, you will get immediate notification. So without wasting any time, let's jump into the subject, that is compaction of concrete. And first things we need to know, what is compaction of concrete? Compaction of concrete refers to the process of reducing voids in freshly placed concrete by removing trapped air and ensuring that the material is uniformly dense. That means whenever we are mixing the concrete, or there's something possibilities that entrapped air inside the concrete. Now, by compaction, we need to remove that air. Air? Why? Because if this entrapped air inside the concrete, it is not be uniformly distributed and it will not be dense, or the density will not achieve. And another thing, if this is there, it will be a create void. And if it is a void, that means the strength and durability will be a concern. And in this entrapped air, what will happen? This will pass through the surface of the concrete and it will make a crack, and from this crack, water moistures and other harmful chemical will inside the concrete. And what will happen if the water and the chemical is coming into the concrete? Eventually it will react with the concrete and it will deteriorate the concrete. Also the corrosion of reinforcement will happen. So what will happen? Eventually we will not get that strength and durability and the structural stability because of these entrapped air. So our target to remove this air. How? Only through the compactions. This is typically achieved through the use of mechanical vibrators, which are inserted in the concrete to eliminate air pockets and help the mixture settle properly. So removing the entrapped air inside the concrete is the process called the compaction. And why it is important? Already we have discussed that enhanced strength and durability. What is the strength and durability? Suppose inside the concrete, the voids is there. So what will happen? That it will not dense. And when we will measure, it will not get that much of strength. And durability concern also, that why? Because from that air gap, it will, the chemical, harmful chemical, that is chloride, sulfide, and the moisture will penetrate inside the concrete. And if it is penetrate, this is the concern for the durability or the lifespan. Then reduces porosity. So if concrete has the air pocket, so it will increase the porosity. So whenever we are compacting, actually we are reducing the air from the concrete, so it will reduces the porosity. And if it is reduces the porosity, then again the penetration of moistures and other harmful ions will be hindered, and our concrete will get the lifespans and the durability and strength. Then prevents honeycombing. If air pocket is there, there will be honeycombing. So if the honeycombing is there, we know that honeycombing structure is not good for the durability and the strength concern. Then achieves uniformity. So it will be the homogeneous paste and density all around the concrete will be the same. So we will get the uniform concrete. And then facilitates bondings. If there is a air gaps in between the raw material, the bonding will not be proper. So whenever we are removing the air voids from the concrete, it is facilitates the bonding. And also avoid voids and segregation. So segregation also and voids also to be controlled by the use of the compaction. So these are the things we need to take in know, that this is the importance of the compaction. Now, what is the relevant code we have to discuss? IS 25052023 and IS 35581983. This is the specification of the needle vibrator, and this is the specification how to use that vibrator or how to select the vibrator and what is the rate, everything. So these two are the relevant code for the needle vibrator. But always keep in mind that whenever you are using the any IS code or reference, you should check the latest version from the BIS website and only use the latest version along with the amendment. So only you will get the relevant IS code or the revised or the latest one. So now we are discussing these two codes, and now what is the method as described in the 35581983? First is selection of vibrator. Now, first we need to select the vibrator. That means what type of vibrator needle we want to use. Because here we are only discussing today the needle vibrator, not any other type vibrator. So here, table 1 of IS 35581983, it is saying the diameter of the vibrator, that is 25 to 35, 40 to 45, 60, 75, 90. Where it can be used? That in a plastic, concrete and very thin members and confined space, and for fabrication of laboratory test specimens, suitable as auxiliary or larger vibrator to pre-stressed work where cables and ducts cause congestions in the form. Auxiliary vibrations adjacent to form of the pre-pavement. So these are the use for the 25 and 35. Then it is coming in between 40 and 55 diameter, that is millimeter. Plastic, concrete in thin walls, column, beams, precast piles, light floors, light bridges, decks, and along construction joint. Auxiliary vibration and adjacent in forms of the pavement. Then diameter 60 mm. Plastic, concrete in general construction such as wall, columns, beam, precast piles, heavy floor, bridge deck, and roof slabs. Auxiliary vibration adjacent to form of mass concrete and pavements. Then 75. Mass of the structural concrete deposited in increment up to 2 cubic meter, heavy construction in a relatively open forms in powerhouses, heavy bridge spires and foundation, and for auxiliary vibration in dam construction near forms of around the embedded items and reinforcing steel. Then diameter 90, this mass concrete containing 150 mm aggregate deposited in incremental up to 8 cubic meter in gravity dams, large pier, massive wall, etc. 2 or more vibrators will be required to operate simultaneously to spread and consolidate increment of concrete of 4 cubic meter or greater volume desired at one time at the form. So these are the stable. Now you need to find out what is the your activity in the side, and according to activity you need to first select the vibrator needle. So first you select the vibrator needle. Now the next part will come is what is the layer. First, we have select the selection of vibrator according to my requirement, and as per the code, we need to select the first vibrator, the height of the concrete layer. Now, this is also very important. What will be the maximum height or depth of the concrete for the compaction or the needle vibrator? It is saying maximum 600 clause 8.2 of IS 3558. So it should be the maximum 600 we can pour together to compact the concrete as per clause 8.2 IS 3558. Then it is coming, next point is depth of immersion vibrator. How much depth will be penetrate inside the concrete of the vibrator? That is also, it is mentioned. How? See, 8.3. To be fully effective, the active part of the vibrator shall be completely immersed in the concrete. See 3.11. Let's check what is 3.11. Here is a clause 3.11. It is saying shall be dipped thoroughly. Allow the vibrating needle to be adequately dipped either perpendicular or at an angle. Again, it is a C note. What is note? The vibrating needle should be preferably be inserted vertically. The insertion of an angle in thick layers may leave concrete unconsolidated without any indication at the surface. So it is always preferable to make it vertical, otherwise it will be unconsolidated. Then to be fully effective, the needle of immersion vibrator shall be completely immersed in the concrete. As a general rule, the depth of concrete or layer to be vibrated should be in the range of 2/3 of L or L, where is the length of vibrating needle. So what is the vibrator needle length? Maximum 2.3 or 2/3 L will be inserted inside the concrete. So keep in mind, whenever you are doing compaction, it should be 2.3 L of the vibrator needle should be inserted, and height maximum 6 meter, and it should be always vertical. It has been found that the With immersion vibrator, a greater density of the concrete is obtained at the bottom of the layer than the top due to compacting effect of the weight of concrete above the rebound and bottom. Therefore, it is a general not advisable to have one layer thickness greater than 600 mm. So 600 mm is the maximum. Before that, we cannot go. So we select the vibrator, we select the height of the concrete layer, we see the depth of immersion. Now, spacing and number of immersion. It is a very much important question. How much vibrator we need, how much vibration we need, and what will be the spacing of two vibration, that we need to find out. So here is clause 8.4 of the same IQS code 3558, spacing and number of insert positions. The points of insertion of vibrators in the concrete shall be spaced that the range of action overlap to some extent and the freshly filled concrete is sufficiently consolidated at all locations. So whenever we are vibrating from this point and this point, these two will be overlapped and there will be considered at all locations. The range of action, vibration of the characteristics of vibrators and the composition and workability of concrete. The range of action on the degree of consolidation can be recognized from the rising of air bubbles and the formation of a smooth closed texture surface around the vibrating head. So it is always important that the air bubbles will come and the raise bubble and the formation of the smooth closed texture. Then the range of action can be more accurately determined by the method described in IS 2550-980. So again, we have to go the 2550-1983. 1980. With concrete of workability 0.75 to 0.85 compacting factor, the vibration shall be generally operated at points 350 to 900 mm apart, depending on the rated capacity of the vibrator. So 350 to 900 mm will be the spacing of the vibration. So according to your requirement, according to your project, it should be finalized that what will be the spacing of the immersion of the vibrator. It should be in between 350 to 900 mm. The specified spacing between the dipping positions shall be maintained uniformly throughout the surface of concrete so that the concrete is uniformly vibrated. What is it? Our intention that all concrete should be uniformly vibrated. So we have already select the vibrator, height of the concrete layer, depth of the immersion vibrator, then spacing and number of immersion, then speed of immersion. What will be the speed? That is also you need to know. That is also in clause 8.5, 20 to 30 mm per second. So we cannot pour directly like this or we cannot remove like this. It should be 20 to 30 mm per second as per clause 8.5 of IS code. So that also you need to monitor at the side whenever you are doing compaction of the concrete. Don't leave them to the worker. You need to be vigilant and you need to be monitor the depth, monitor the spacing, you need to monitor the speed, everything to get the desired strength and the durability. Then duration of vibration. What will be the duration of vibration? How long we will do the vibration? Again, it is saying clause 8.6, newly deposited concrete shall be vibrated while it is still plastic, preferably immediately after placing. The next adjacent concrete shall be placed before the initial setting occurs. So it is a very much important that initial setting time to be monitored at the site. Without the initial set, within the initial setting time, we need to vibrate. The duration of vibration in each position of insertion is dependent upon the height of layer, the size of characteristics of vibrator, and the compaction of workability in the concrete mix. So there are depending factor: height, layer, size of characteristics vibrator, and workability of the concrete mix. It is to be better to insert the vibrating head at a number of places than to leave it for a long time in one place, as in the later cause there is a tendency of formation of mortar pocket in the point of insertion of vibration. So what is saying, it should not be placed in that one place directly, or it should be place to place. So it is duration, it is to be decided as per your requirement, but the point whatever I discussed, the spacing, speed, everything to be monitored whenever you are doing the compaction at the site. Also you need to clear that what will be the air bubbles is coming above the concrete layer, and also the rich structure is coming. So these are all the things you need to take care whenever you are selecting the vibrator or how to do the compaction. So these are the all about the method as per IS 355893. If you want to know anything about more construction compaction, please let me know. I will come with more content like this. And if you find this useful, please subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that whenever I upload a new video, you will get immediate notifications. And thank you once again for watching me, and I'm waiting for your valuable comment so that from your valuable comment everybody will be benefited. Thank you very much.